What even is digital storytelling?
A digital story is a story told by individuals. It includes a process of writing a script, collaborating with peers for feedback, and combining visuals and audio through editing.
You get to search for media, whether it's looking online for something, for inspiration, or going outside and filming your own video. It gives your already personal story even more of a personal touch. Editing the video in a way to make the media and music match what you say makes it unique and special. Combine everything, the way you talk, the way you edit, it's all you. And it makes digital storytelling an empowering way of expression. Because instead of having AI and new technology do everything for you, you can create something that represents your own story and perspective, and have your voice heard.
Why do people feel the need to share their own stories? And why through digital storytelling?
Everyone has a story that's worth telling and equally worth listening to. People share their stories because they want to feel heard and understood. Each person has an experience that is important and unique to them, no matter how small they may seem. People don't just tell their stories for the sake of telling a story. They share them to connect with others and to feel seen.
This human connection, it's what we need. Relationships with others, relating to one another, it reminds us of what it is to be human. We lack a lot of social interactions due to technology taking over everything, and everything being done digitally. But through digital storytelling, we can keep lifting each other up and not forget about one another.
After I worked on my digital story for class, I ended up sharing it with people in my life. It opened up some of my class discussions in my home and with my friends.
What does digital storytelling mean to you?
Digital storytelling makes learning feel more real. As students, we go through a lot, but we don't always get the chance to connect our experiences to what we learn in class. Storytelling changes that. It gives us a way to bring our own story into our work. For example, growing up in Cameroon, my education was interrupted because of conflict. There were times where I couldn't go to school, and everything felt uncertain. Because of that, I don't see education the same way anymore. I understand how important it is, and I don't take it for granted. Digital storytelling gives me a way to express that experience, not just by writing about it, but by using my voice, visuals, and emotion to make it feel real. And I think that's where technology becomes meaningful. It's not just something we use every day. It becomes a tool that helps us share our stories and be heard. For me, it is more than just an assignment. It is a way to reflect on my journey and turn it into something others can understand. And when we start sharing those stories, it becomes something bigger than just one person.
It was one of those nights where I couldn't sleep. I kept scrolling, headline after headline, until the world started to feel too loud. Conflict, instability, global tensions. Every refresh felt like another reminder that the world was changing faster than I could understand it. I felt anxious, helpless, and stuck just watching everything unfold through a screen. But on our trip to DC, those headlines started to feel less distant. I realized I didn't want to consume the news, I wanted to question it. All right, this is Muna reporting live right outside of the U.S. Supreme Court. I'm going to be conducting a few interviews today. We're going to ask the people how are they feeling about President Trump, and we're going to get the real tea. I'm here with
Inez.
And today we're just going to ask her some basic few questions just to get the temperature. What is your stance about Trump?
I mean, how else can you think of it other than dumbass?
Vote against his policies.
Digital storying gave me a way to do that. It helped me connect what I was feeling to what I was seeing. The buildings, the interviews, the history, the art, they all became pieces of a bigger story about power, identity, and how people make meaning during those uncertain times. Later, I decided to go to the gym because I needed somewhere to put all my restless energy from last night. I recorded a random TikTok to help others with their gym progress because it was something I found joy in. And in that moment, technology wasn't feeding my fear of global instability, it was helping me create something genuine. And sometimes creation looks serious, like asking hard questions, and sometimes it looks like laughing with other interns, filming random moments, and remembering that joy is also a way to survive. Digital storytelling is my escape, but is also my way back.
What makes human stories any different from mine?
You aren't human. Digital storytelling is about real experiences that happen to real people. It is innately about the human experience, exploring both the large and the intricacies of life. For me, I like to focus on the small parts of life. My first time creating a digital story was at a women's studies class. I had looked through my notes app and found a story I journaled about. A story about how I changed my body in an attempt to fit gender norms. A story about a relationship between me and my sister. A small story of an unseen part of life. No one else could have told that story but me.
For me, when I started writing my first digital story, I felt uneasy and unsure about how to begin. I was new to this kind of assignment, as I'm sure many others were too. I found myself overthinking what to say and how to say it, especially knowing that it would be seen by others. But I knew this was an opportunity for me to share my story. I wanted my digital story to be relatable. I wanted to create a script that people could connect with, but I also wanted to make it perfect. But as I kept working, I realized something. Human stories aren't powerful because they're perfect. They're powerful because they're imperfect and real. They come from experience, emotions, and moments that can't be replicated by an AI. So when I stopped focusing on perfection and started focusing on what I really wanted to express, I found the meaning of my story.